So we're back. Apologies for the little bit of a delay here, but some things come first, and that would be dinner. So dinner with the family. We're going to bring in Eric. Let's see. I was going to say Eric Gagne, but so in game one of this doubleheader, they brought in Mota, Schaus, Coffee. Gonna bring in Solomon Torres to start here. Actually, no, Torres is probably their closer. All right, it'll be risky. How about that? Some risky business. In the sixth, he's going to pitch. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Let's actually do this a little bit differently. We're gonna say that they'd made a double switch. So it helps to be prepared before you go on. But we're gonna take out Council. We're gonna go with risky. Oh, let's did it again. A little bit of a clown show here. So we're going to bring in Lamb, play third base in the sixth, and we're going to go with risky. So that way, they don't need to pinch hit. So, real quick here. I just have to pay attention when it's a grounder to third. It's Mike Lamb, not. And he's 4E16. So Victorino now up with 2 on and 2 out against the righty risky. And here we go. 6-5 batting from the left. That's a walk and a load the bases. And Pedro Feliz with a chance. They already used Dobbs as a pinch hitter, so they could use. They've got some options, but they're going to stick with Feliz here. 2 outs, bases loaded, runners are infield back. 3-2 lead for Milwaukee. Bottom of the sixth, 2-7. That's a fly ball to center, and that's going to be caught. So, 1 run in the inning. Forgot. And it's unearned. And Suppan can only win the game. He can't lose it. And let's see. The Phillies going to stick with Cianez. Let's move on to another pitcher. He's rated for 1 inning of work. So let's go to... Now, their bullpen's a little thin. They're going to go with Romero here. Did Romero pitch? No, he didn't. So we're going to go with Romero. Trying to piece this together because things are a little bit odd here. Having to go away from the script. Brett Myers went complete game in real life. So Jason Kendall against Romero. 2-6. That's a fly ball to center, and that will be out number 1. So now Mike Lamb in his first at bat. Facing Romero. 5-9, strikes him out. And that's going to bring up Corey Hart. Righty versus lefty. 5-7 against a righty. That will be a 1-14 double. 2-out double for Hart. He is 3 for 4, having quite a game. J.J. Hardy. Another right-hander. 2-6, a 1-9 triple. Boy, they sure could use a high number here. 13 gets it. Fly ball to center. That will be it. So no runs. Romero, a little bit of a biting of the nails inning. They do have Lidge and, they have Iyer and Lidge available. They will probably use them unless All right, so it's unless something comes up here, so they will stick with risky. Um, let's see. They also they have Lidge. Oh, wait, they don't have Lidge. They have Madsen. They have Ire. They could call on. They probably could pitch another inning of Durbin if they needed to, but we're going to try to stick with Ire and Madsen. So Chris Coast leads off the 7th against Risky, coming in for his second inning of work, bottom of the 7th. 1-6. And Coast is hit by a pitch, so Romero is done. They're going to bring in So Taguchi. And it's Coast, not much of a running threat. Taguchi, a 2 column would be really nice. 2-11, that's a ballpark single. 1-8 would make it first and second, nobody out. But it's a 19, that'll be a liner to short, and that'll be out number 1. So Jimmy Rollins up, facing Risky. The Brewers will get Mitch Stetter warming up, lefty. So here is Rollins with Coast at first. 5-10, batting from the left side, catcher X. Kendall is a 2 and a 3. That would be a potential wild pitch or a ground out. And let's see about errors. No error. So the wild pitch for Risky is 1-4. 3. So wild pitch, and that's going to keep Rollins at the plate. This time Coast will be at second. He's the tying run. Can the Phillies get themselves square in this game? 6-5, batting from the left. That's a walk. Sets up a double play. That's going to bring up Jason Worth. Probably be the last batter for Risky. 1-4. 1-4 is a ballpark single again. This would load the bases. 1-8. But a 10. That's another liner to short. It's going to bring up Chase Utley. And Brewers are going to make the switch. They're going to play this tight. Stetter, pinch hit in the, or pitcher in the 7th to face Utley and Howard. Let's see how far up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he gets Utley out, they'd hate to have to burn him if they get some guys on. Hardy and Hart. Okay. They're going to, let's say they're going to do a double switch here. They're going to bring in Gwynn Jr., right field. In the 7th. And here it's going to be Stetter pitching in the 7th. Okay, so Gwynn Jr. will go in place of Corey Hart. Maybe a little bit, or Stetter will go in place of Corey Hart. Gwynn Jr. goes in, I mean, only gain, let's see, well, Counsell was already gone. What did I do here? Gwynn Jr. goes in there, then Kendall, then Lamb. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we're set. So Corey Hart is out of there. Right? Yes. We'll put him there. I put Counsell on the wrong one. So Okay, so Stetter going to face Utley. 2 outs. Can Utley keep this inning alive? First and second, 2 away. 2-4, and it's a grounder to second, and that will be as Durham makes the play, so another 0 for the Phillies, and Stetter will get the job done. So they're going to have to turn to Iyer here for the bottom or the top of the 8th. So facing Ray Durham, 6-2, batting from the right side, fly ball to left field. That's Burl 5. It already is a problem, and there's a 1. There's a triple. Well, this is one of those games that I think the Phillies are the big old TOAST. Prince Fielder, the infield will be in here. And Big Prince, that's a 6-9 against a lefty. That's a walk. It's not a bad thing to have happen. Again, they're going to play the infield in. Ryan Braun needs some strikeouts. Infield in. 3-9. Grounder to second base, C against a lefty. So the fielding chart with first and third, ground ball C8. Runner on third holds, runner on first advances to second. So that's going to take away any double play force. We're going to have to hold, and that's going to be, that is a 4-3. So right at Utley. And that's one big out. So now Mike Cameron, Phillies are going to intentionally walk him to face Tony Gwynn Jr. against the lefty, so the bases are loaded. He has a penchant to walk. So here we go. Gwynn Jr. facing Iyer. Infield in here. 4-4. And that is a strikeout. 4-4. He strikes him out. That's out number 2. Big out. And maybe could have pinch hit there, but I'll tell you what, right-handers aren't so much better either. So Jason Kendall with the bases loaded, infield back. Still a great oh boy, potential wild pitch. He is a 1-8, not what you want to see. And an 8. Oh. Of all the bad luck. Of all the bad luck. So 6-9 righty, that's a strikeout. Man, I'll tell you what. If I could just wipe out a roll, that would be the one. But man, there's an insurance run. Need to wash that taste out of your mouth and hope somebody can get a 2-run bomb here at some point. Ryan Howard against Stetter. The Brewers will get Gagne up. So Stetter to face Howard. Come on, Ryan. 4-11 against the lefty. Fly ball to right. So that's going to be Gwynn Jr. Gwynn Jr. is 3-7. 3 and an 8. I think he gets to that. Well, this game is probably not going to turn out well for the Phillies. You just get that feeling. It's kind of been that way for a while now, and yeah, so it's going to be Gagne coming in now. So how many saves did he get? 10. Torres, I think, probably got a few more, but this Torres will be the closer here. Just has not set up well for the Phillies, and a lot of roles have kind of fallen the other way. So, and my phone just fell the other way. Let's see. Can we get this set up to where it's not going to fall again? Let's hope. All right, so Pat Burrell against Gagne. Gagne can give up some homers, but 6-11, that's not going to be one. Grounder back to Gagne. 3-0. 3 and 8. he gets to it, and it's going to be a play made, 2 outs. Victorino and the Phillies' options are going to be kind of low here coming up. So Victorino with 2 outs, nobody on. This, oh my goodness, things are just falling apart at the seams here. I've got stuff falling. I've got, oh, my word. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do now. Oh, half my cards fell down. I apologize for this camera. Things are just not holding up here very well for this this stand. It seems to want to fall. Phillies went on strike, Jerry. Phillies went on strike. I don't know. I don't know if I've lost cards here along the way or not. I think there must be a couple here missing, but we'll see. I guess I'll just have to wait till after the game. If this thing can stay, then maybe we can get this game finished up. So, 2 outs, and it's going to be Victorino. So, batting from the left, 6'8", strikes him out. Yeah, it's going to be a 4-2 lead going to the 9th for the Brewers. They're going to, barring some kind of a miracle, they're going to take the final game. They're going to split the doubleheader, and it's going to leave the Phillies with a little bit of extra work to do, but that's okay. We're going to save Lidge. What are we going to do here? Did Condrey pitch in game 1? He did. So I'm trying to manage the bullpen. Well, let's use Iyer, and we'll just won't be able to use him against the Braves in the game 1. So we'll just use him an extra inning, and top of the 9th here, it'll be Mike Lamb in his second at bat against Iyer, lefty. 5-5, that's a strikeout. Brings up the pitcher spot. They're going to go with Torres as the closer. So against a lefty, they'll bring in Big Bill Hall. See if he can add to the Phillies' misery at the moment. So here is Hall. 4-4 righty. That is a... Is that a ballpark? Yeah, the pound is a home run, ballpark home run. I think these are ballpark singles, and that is the split. So, ballpark single for a righty is 1-8, and it's a 2. Single for Hall, and the roses are in bloom in Milwaukee here in September. J.J. Hardy, 2-5. Ballpark home run. This could do it. 1-17. It is at... Oh, nope. A little early for that. It is caught by Burrell for out number 2. And, wow. Caught a break there. And Ray Durham, 311. Well, there's a ballpark single chance for he's batting from the right. 1-8. That'll be a liner to short. Ends the inning. So a 0. It looked like it was going to be an insurmountable lead. But instead, the Phillies have a chance here. Need 2 in the 9th. Solomon Torres will come in for the save. Needs to get 3 outs here. And what should we do here? They will. Let's see. What do they have? What's Hardy? What's J.J. Hardy? He only plays short. They don't really have a second base. I was looking for someone to take over for Durham at second. Someone with a little better range. Let's see. Well, Durham's about the best you can do as far as the air rating is 6. Fielder, that could be a place that you could look. And yeah, Fielder, Mike Rivera is a little better. Joe Dillon. You don't want to take Fielder out when there's still time. So anyway, let's just stick with that. Phillies, their bench moves are pretty mediocre here. I mean, Lou Marson, he's got a heck of a card against righties, but not being used in this game, I really feel like it's a cheat to use him. Jeff Jenkins, he's on the active roster, but I'd love to. I got to take a look at him real quick. Give me a second. I'm trying to. I'm trying to do this the right way and not game the system too much. So we got Jenkins. Let's look at his game logs. When does he become active again? This is September 14. They might not have used him in this game because they didn't need to in this game. Myers went the distance, and so pinch hit opportunities were few and far between. July, August, September 16. So 2 games away. Well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna game it here a little bit. We're gonna use Jenkins a little early. He is on the active roster, so it's not like we're going way outside the realm of decency here. So here we go. Jeff Jenkins will lead off against Torres. Need a couple runs to tie, 3 to win. 6-5 against a lefty, strikes him out. And that would have been a fly ball to right with Felice. So, Chris Coast, they will let him hit here. Not a bad hitter. Not great, not bad. 3 column is his strength. It's a 5-10 against a righty. A grounder to short. Hardy, 2E17. How about a 1? How about a 2? How about a 16? Nope. And unless it's real high, it's going to be out number 2 as Hardy makes the play. Down to their final out, it's going to have to be Matt Stairs. Coming in here trying to keep this game alive. If not, the Phillies will, I believe they will be tied with the Braves after this with a victory. Or with a loss. With a victory, they would have moved 1 ahead if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong about that too. Actually, it might be 1 game back. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, here we go. Matt Stairs needs something 1 column or something big off the left side of Torres's card. 1-7, a 1-14 single. The way the D20's going, it's been a rough one. A 1-14 sure would help give Rollins a chance to do some damage. And it's a 19 game over. Lines out caught by Ray Durham. And that was the story here. All game. 4-2, your final. Brewers finally get one. I will say the Phillies got some breaks in earlier games, so this one wasn't to be. Wasn't to be. I guess that's the way to put it. Not an unexpected result. They're gonna have to. They're really gonna have to go probably 4-2 in the 6 games against the Braves. Build up a lead. They still got Florida. I think they still have Washington to close out the season. So some opportunities are there. Florida's gonna play tough, but the Nationals play tough too. That on paper they're not a real strong team, but when it comes to when it comes to matchups and such, that's something you never want to take for granted. But a disappointing result here for the Phils. Can't deny it. I thought the sweep was possible, but I think I said a couple series ago, I looked at this Milwaukee-Atlanta duo where the Phillies went 7 in a row without a loss and just said, that is going to be a very difficult stretch. I mean, if I could go 6-1 in that, I would be very happy. Heck, at this point, 5-2, I would be thrilled. And just try to get into that last stretch of 6 games or 9 games with a prayer. So just trying to make sure I've got all my cards here now. I had a stack fall, and I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to make sure I got all those. We're going to get out these. I like to use a swear word for these guys, but yeah, I will cease and desist. All they have done is just sat there and really torqued me for the last 2 months of my life, really, when it comes to this. So we'll just have to see. All right, well, time to go get this stuff uploaded. Get the Braves series together. I'm probably going to print off some cards. What you going to say? You can't win them all. And Phillies, I'll tell you what, if they don't go... So what do we got here? This is game 150. So that means there's 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. 12 games left. I think if they don't go 7-5 in those 12, they're in big trouble. But so that means I think you really need to sweep the Nationals. You got to take 4 of 6 from Atlanta, so that gets you to 7, and then that lets you lose out to Florida. But it'd be better to be 8-4. I think if they can do 8-4 and they can do 2 better in the standings than Atlanta, that kind of flips the table there. I think. What is Atlanta's schedule down the stretch? Let's see. That's my question. That is our... I mean, it's probably going to be divisional series. If it's the Mets, I think the Mets play them tough. It's kind of nice not to have the Mets on the schedule the rest of the way because I think the Mets are a tough out. Well, they got to play Houston the last series. They have the Mets, they have the Phillies, Mets, Phillies, and Houston. So those are the two series. The Phillies in real life went 4-2 against the Braves, and they really need to do that here. One way or the other, either sweep one of the series and win 2 of win 1 of 3, preferably on the road, or just win 2 of 3 in both, whatever works. But Then the Braves went 2 wins and a loss against the Mets at home. And then at Houston, they lost 2 of 3. So, anyway, let's shut her down for now. Got to get ready. 12 games left. The pressure is thickening, and not too happy about it. Would have liked to have been with a little bit of an advantage here on the Braves. I think if the Braves had lost and the Phillies had won, they would have been a game ahead of the Braves. So I think because the Phillies lost and the Braves won, I think that makes the Braves ahead by 1. So we'll be back, if not tomorrow night, maybe Thursday night for probably game 2 of the Atlanta series. Maybe I'll broadcast every game of Atlanta. We'll see. It could be ugly. We'll see. Good night, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate your likes. Appreciate your support. Thanks a lot. Good night.